For the better part of the last year and a half to 2 years, my sis and I have been, sort of keeping up our dead Hulk vehicle, keeping up payments for registration renewals and, insurance renewals and paying insurance for it every month. And for that, going on 2 years, it's been a dead Hulk, just sitting out in front of our apartment complex, gathering dust. The tires are going flat because we were basically told when it finally lemoned out, we were almost stranded very far from home the last time we could use it, and it had gotten to the point where I could only push it to about 30 miles per hour without the car, threatening to explode essentially. And we just barely managed to get it home on its last legs. And we took it to two places just before it completely crapped out. I'd even bought a new battery, and the new battery was dead within the next week somehow. Something, was shorting it out or what have you. But we were told by two different sources that it would take $3,000 minimum just to get it running again. That's not even fixing all the problems. Well, in the poverty-stricken lifestyle my sis and I, are basically living in, that sounded ridiculous. You could save up money in a shorter amount of time and be able to buy a used car for cheaper. And so the sort of predisposition has always been that, because my first car that I ever had, I inherited after my mother died, was a 95 Camaro. And it had crapped out, and shortly after that, by some blessing, some miracle in a way, my grandfather had thought of us, when he passed away and bequeathed his vehicle to us. And that corresponded, the timing essentially. And so we were sort of blessed with his vehicle. And so for a time we used it and it was good and everything like that, but it just crapped out. It also crapped out after like somewhere between 6 to 8 years. And it was just a real pain in the ass to suddenly be without a vehicle at all. So we've been trying to make ends meet. And recently we were given a phone number to this place. They come and they take your car for junk, scrap, whatever it is. And there was a promise of $400 most likely. And as of the time of this recording, because of medical bills and health necessities and doctor appointments and everything like that, we were backed against a corner. Pretty much straddling being completely and utterly broke this month already, and it's only like the second week into the month or whatever it is. And so we desperately need the money, and we called this number, and the guy, because his organization, whatever it is, scrapyard or towing company or whatever, said, well, we actually are out of town from where you are, so it's 300. And so we were basically led to believe he would be here 2 nights ago, and nobody showed up. And then, like, we've been waiting all day today. We called about 11 o'clock this morning. We're promised they would show up probably between 4 and 5. It's now, looking at the clock across the room, it's now 10 to 8, and haven't heard dick. And tomorrow we have a pending, very important doctor appointment where if my sister doesn't get there, they're going to can her, and she'll have to go through the entire resubmittal process and all this kind of stuff. And a lot of things hanging in the balance, and we really don't need to be dicked around right now. We were told by this guy when we called him this morning that the lady who comes and buys the car, ironically, got in a fender bender with her own. She was okay, but she needs to find out information on whether she needs it towed and this, that, the other thing repaired. And I'm like, are you shitting me? Like, the guy who's going to come tow and pay us for our vehicle for scrap is having a problem where they're not sure if they have to have a vehicle towed or whatever. I don't know. But, like, I'm right in the rafters here of desperation, wanting them to show the fuck up and give us the money and take the fucking thing at this point. And it's just like, it took me a long time to resign to the fact that we can't do anything with this car. We're never going to be able to do anything with this car. The best bet would be to take the money and run and apply it toward our necessities. Now we're being dicked around for 2 days straight. It's like, we just can't win.